blocks, they do power dispensers. And see, buttons. And then here I've just shown you that this repeater's sending power through this block into this, and this is also another way of, there we go. So dispensers, yeah. Over here to something very important. Repeaters, yes, so repeaters can be powered from the side of a thing, just like, basically this side of the repeater is acting like a redstone torch. It cannot be powered this way, or this way, obviously. It cannot be powered a block lower. That just ruined everything. It can't be powered from underneath. They can only be powered. They can only take power from this side on the same level as them. Something for you to remember. They can receive that power from. Was that even there? Oh yeah, no, I know what it was. Sorry, I'm just repairing as I go. They can receive that power from a block. So if a block is on and has power, then the repeater will take it and be powered. They can send power through a block to redstone, whereas normal redstone does not send power through a block. So this block is powered, yes. We can check that by doing this. See, this block is no, annoying. See this? Well, then again, that's not really a. How can I show this? The block is getting power. Sorry, as I said, I made this yesterday. Well, what I had in mind to show, I don't have in my mind at the moment, so I'm not quite sure what I'm getting at. But yeah, basically, I think I'm making this more confusing than it has to be, so I'll just try and. Sorry, so I didn't sleep last night at all. I had something to do. So this is turning this block on. This is the exact same thing to here. What was I meant to be showing here? Right, that's right. Although this block is powered, which we can illustrate by, there we go, I remember, which we can illustrate by doing this. This block is being powered. We can tell that because this torch is now turned off. It does not, redstone does not take power from blocks unless the power is going through the block. Think of it sort of a bit like a resistor, except not. I don't know, that probably doesn't help you at all. Basically, the redstone doesn't push enough, whereas the repeater pushes out and through the block, so it can get to the other side, or indeed on top. It's like sort of double power. It's, I mean, after saying, no, that's, oh dear God, the rain. I apologise. Again, for the rain. There's nothing I can really do. Whereas, I did install single player commands, there might be something I can do. There we go. Of course, this would turn on. As I've said before, the block just needs to be powered. Redstone, I think it's just redstone wire that doesn't receive power like this. So dispensers are a little bit different from redstone wire in that case. But yeah, redstone going into a block means that this is another property of redstone wire basically. Redstone going into a block can't take redstone out. Pretty sure that's just there to make it so you don't just make infinite wire by using blocks as repeating stations. But yeah. So again, to illustrate my point, this repeater is not receiving power from this block from the bottom. However, if I did this, it is this redstone ore is on because it's being shunted by the by this, basically, by the repeater. I'm getting worse as this tutorial is going on. Now some sort of special blocks, which are glass and redstone. Here we go with redstone. The obviously this way of powering doesn't work on redstone, it doesn't work on normal blocks, and it doesn't work on glass either. I forgot to show you that, just to prove that I'm not lying to you. There we go. God, if that worked just then, I'd be extremely confused. And again, there we go. But this is where it's different. You see, we have that over there, but this is where it's different. See the glass? Glass doesn't take redstone at all, and you can't even place redstone on top of it. And obviously, because glass doesn't move a current, it basically acts as a complete block, a complete barrier to it. There's nothing getting through that, basically. And I can show you that here. You see, usually this would power this block, but no power is going into this because it's glass, and so that doesn't work, not pulling that stuff. Something that actually wasn't known by a lot of people, you can place both types of torches on the top of glass. You cannot place it on the top of this, and you cannot place it on the sides. But you can't place it on the top of glowstone. But you can place redstone dust on glowstone, whereas you can't place it on the glass. These are a selection of blocks that you can't put on, I believe. You can't put that on there, no. You can't put this on there, and you can't put that on there. The only exception, the only difference really between glowstone and glass is that you can put redstone on it again. And again, this does not work. These blocks here cannot be put on glass, and these blocks cannot be put on glowstone. So just thinking if I did anything there which was clever, which I didn't. But yeah, glowstone obviously. Yeah. Okay, now an interesting fact about cutting off things. Right, so first up we have glass. Now obviously, as you can see here, this wire can easily go over here, and if we put glass there, it doesn't interrupt the circuit at all, and you can even see the wire go through like that, and there's no power going into this. It does help doing this in your circuits if you want a good way to protect against maybe other currents coming through, or mainly if you want to protect against water, it's a good idea, and yet you still want to be able to sort of look in a little bit and have a gander on what's going on side. Solid blocks will stop the thing, it cuts it off, and basically although this block here is receiving power, which we can check by putting a piston there, although the block is receiving power, as I said before, redstone cannot take in power from a block like that, and redstone obviously can take it in from the top. Now the interesting thing is glass and glowstone have very, very, very similar properties, as I've shown, except obviously the one about the glowstone. No, sorry, the one about the redstone wire. Now, same setup here, but when it comes to this, it does power it in the identical way that it's powered here. However, it cuts the wire off. I hate the fact that the block select does that. Let's get some glowstone, shall we? And just check some things. Yeah. Just want to check something here. This should not work. There we go, yeah. So, as you can see, the repeater stuff is lost on both the glass and glowstone. Daytime. Now, basically, it doesn't cut it off. although it looks like it does. I don't know if they're going to change that at all. But again, I used the block select. But as I've shown in a previous tutorial, this does make for some pretty nifty vertical wire. There we go. And yeah, it's a pretty good attribute to have, because obviously you can use it as a normal block in your circuits, and no monsters can spawn in there. Now, Minecart Tracks. Again, I don't use them all that often, but I do happen to know bits and pieces about them, which I can share with the audience. So, because of this game being a game and not being reality, when this is travelling in a straight line diagonally, it moves faster than just being on a straight line here. It's really, really weird. But it goes on the fact that it's apparently moving along the X and Y axis, and there's some form of mathematical business to do with that, which is highly complicated. Now obviously you don't want to move diagonally everywhere, and it also makes it very difficult to put powered tracks into a diagonal circuit, because powered tracks don't bend. Only normal tracks bend, and obviously detector tracks also don't bend. Detector tracks are a type of track that turn on when there's a minecart on them. We can check that this is on by putting a powered track here. See, this is powered, and they send a redstone signal in much the same way as, let's say, a torch would. More like a pressure plate, actually, because I believe if I did do this and put this down on top, yeah, see, it powers the block underneath. There we go. So, yeah, I know you're waiting for me to get onto this. So we want to be able to move diagonally, technically, but straight. So with this, technically, every time it goes, now this is going to look really weird. Yeah, see, it's technically moving diagonally, because it's moving diagonally. I don't like breaking minecarts in creative. It's technically moving diagonally, but it's in a straight line. Advantage, yay, because we can just break a block here, stick a powered rail in it, and they believe this will still work. I just got rid of my minecart, didn't I? Minecart. So if I put this down here and push, and obviously that's something which I'm going to, yeah, see, it goes through. Yep. As you can just see there, the minecart stopped on this. That's because when there's no power to one of these powered rails, they break the minecart. They act as a brake. Sorry, they don't break the minecart. And so, but when they're powered, they boost. They're like booster tracks. Now, obviously, we have to go on to how to make this. So I just got rid of my my track. So to make it, you basically just do that, and not fail. Now you see, you noticed that that updated. Now if I do this the other way around, I don't think it will work. I don't think it will break. No, that's not right. Yeah, it will. If you don't want it to do that, and you don't want it to switch, you can just make sure that the track is powered from the side. There we go. So if we did this, obviously I misplaced that. That was silly of me. As again, I apologize again. I'm very tired when I'm making this, but I really wanted to get a see rage building up inside. I wanted to demonstrate one little thing though. So we have our sideways. Let's say you make this. You don't need these here. You don't need them, so you can just remove them. And an update won't break the track, I don't believe. So obviously ways to power the powered track, and then we'll move on to quickly water, and then I'll end this tutorial. So much like pistons, these Minecart Tracks can be powered through a block without the use of a repeater. They can be powered from the side, like this. Obviously this isn't going to power this here. I'm just going to stop recording for a second and then come back. Hold on a second. Hey, I'm back. Sorry, I just had to go. The fizz was calling me. So obviously with with a redstone torch, the stick doesn't power this block, so this isn't going anywhere. What happened to my character just then? That was weird. I didn't even press space and I dropped out of the sky. They can be powered from the bottom, because obviously, you know, yeah. So they're a bit like redstone wire. Again, my character's being weird. And obviously this stick is technically into this block, so there's no power here. But we can power it, I believe, by doing that, yeah, because the power actually comes through this and powers this. However, the funny thing is I believe that if we power this block select, broken mouse, I do apologize. This will still be powered because obviously this goes through the block and turns this off, which means this block is no longer powered. However, because the block underneath is powered, this stays on, so it's kind of redundant what I just did. So that's some of the, well, it's a general overlook of all of this redstone stuff. Another thing to just know for like mob systems and stuff, water currents. Water will go out 8 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 8 blocks from the source. Lava will go out 4 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, and moves horrendously slow. Yeah. And also, water will go towards a hole. So you notice this hasn't spread out there. This is because when I place this down, and I believe this is 4 blocks away, it just went straight towards the hole. And this is 5 blocks away, and I believe this is the maximum you can place water and it go in a direction without it spreading out into other directions. So here I extended it by 1 again, and I have to put these here because if I don't have these here, it spreads out, and if I block it off, technically it's still getting the sort of thing there. So if we do this and then break them again, it works. Same thing here. However, if I break this one, it will do the same thing as before. Nope. Oh. Mess. So there's something. You can do like little things with this, like this. Two directional flow type stuff. And obviously this will keep going for another 8 blocks now, until you go down, and then it treats it as another source block. Last thing to mention about water, not lava, water, is let's say you have 2 source blocks, oldest trick in the book, this is for new Minecraft players, you get an infinite water source in the middle, because this side will constantly replenish that side. It's the same if you do this, if you place it in this corner and then the diagonal corner, there's a water block here and a water block here, which makes this infinite, and a water block here and a water block here, which makes this infinite, and a water block here, and thus, yeah, it's a perpetual loop. You can just keep taking water from this little 1 by 1 puddle and it will never go away. However, if I demonstrate, there we go. See if this is completely flat, I put a block here, I break the block, infinite. If I break the block underneath and then put a block here, not infinite. So it can only really work with a one block deep. It only works with a one block deep hole. So I hope you've enjoyed this redstone and other stuff tutorial. I really want you guys to just sort of, you know, make some cool stuff by your own ingenuity, and this is sort of some of the basic mechanics where, you know, you know, by knowing all of this, you will be able to make some stuff work, and you'll be able to make it work easy, and you won't be like faffing around with it for ages working out what's doing what and what's powering what. I'm going to show you one last quick thing, and that is that sticky piston's getting a very fast pulse. Hold on. There we go. Have to click very quickly on my mouse. They will leave the block behind, and then pick it up, and then leave it. And you can make latch systems and all sorts of things with that. So that's just a little something to add for you to there. I hope you've enjoyed the tutorial. I've already said that. I will see you next time, where I'm going to be making something new. Goodbye everybody. See you next time.